Hi everyone, welcome to the video. Thank you for tuning in. Today we have an update about the Ledger Nano X and the pre-order and the shipping that's about to happen, and some information about that compared to the Ledger Nano S and some other devices. So let's begin at the range that is available. If you go onto the official Ledger website, there's the bundle pack. Now, just before I continue, these prices are in Australian dollars, so please make the conversion. X on the cusp of being distributed to people, the S and then the blue. I haven't actually used the blue myself, but I do own the Ledger Nano S, so I will speak mostly about that and give you a comparison to the X. So let's begin. Let's have a look here. This is the original Ledger Nano. It is a great device. You can store over 1,000 cryptos on it now. The list of cryptocurrencies is actually mentioned here, and I'll be providing a link to it. So all of the major ones, plus a lot of the others, which are ERC20 tokens, so those running on the Ethereum network. Again, the full list there for you to read if you fancy. And if you're new to the space, welcome. Just a quick summary in terms of how these work. So you get the little device. It kind of resembles like a USB stick. You connect that into the computer via a cable. You don't directly connect it via USB. It is, I'd say, one of the safest ways to store your cryptocurrencies offline. Just follow the instructions. It's very user-friendly. I made a separate video about scams that could occur with hardware wallets in general. It's very important to buy these brand new and from the official websites or authorized resellers. There'll be a list. I'll provide a link to all these authorized resellers in your region, because there have been instances where people have bought the device. They've been given these like pre-written codes, and then they've entered the codes, and then the hacker or the scammer has been able to access that. But if you buy it brand new, that will not happen. So moving on, the Ledger Nano X, I'd say the two major differences between the X and the S is, firstly, this allows for Bluetooth connectivity. Now, it's interesting. You're thinking, isn't that at risk of it being potentially hacked? Well, there's actually there's further information here from Ledger themselves. And to give you a really brief summary, and again, I highly recommend that you read this in your own time, it clearly reiterates that only public data is transported by Bluetooth. Critical data, such as private keys and seed, never leave the device. Even if the connection were to be hacked, security relies on the secure element and will always request your consent for any action. And then again, using the state-of-the-art Bluetooth protocol with a link to further information there. And as it says here, if you don't feel comfortable with it, just disable the Bluetooth feature and use the USB-C connection, so via cable, and then you won't have that issue. And if you specifically don't want the Bluetooth feature, there's a very simple solution. Just opt for the Nano S. But I always like to give people options, and it's essentially up to them whether they want to use it or not. Another key feature is this allows for a bit more storage as well of cryptos, because when you consider that there are 1,100 that could be stored on the device, then that would obviously use up a bit of space. That's just a summary in a nutshell. I anticipate that this price will maybe drop a little bit. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but bear in mind, because it's a pre-order and it's fairly new, it tends to be dearer. Just technology in general just tends to be a bit more expensive in the beginning. If you have any questions at all, just ask. More than happy to help, or I can at least give you some further information. If anyone in the space uses Ledger or Trezor or any other wallet, like offline storage wallet, and you really like it or you dislike it, feel free to share your feedback as well. It's always welcome. So moving on, I just want to wrap up with the coin prices, the crypto market prices for today. Now, there we go. Now, as you can see, the market has picked up again. It's obviously been very volatile, but it's very typical of the space. So Bitcoin, I think, hit about 8,400, dropped back down to the high 6,000s. It's now gone back up. It's on the cusp of breaking 8,000 again throughout the market as well. Looking good, all green. Excellent signs there. Another thing to consider as well, just to see the overall growth in the cryptocurrency space, is the circulating market cap. Let's see how that has moved recently. I anticipate that probably at the beginning of next year, and possibly even the end of this year, that this will once again take over the all-time high that we saw up here and finally crack the $1 trillion mark for the cryptocurrency space in general. We all hope that it goes up, but we will have to wait and see. That's a wrap. Thank you very much for tuning in. Again, all of the information here about Ledger on the website. I'll provide the links. Enjoyed this video, give it the thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe if you want to stay up to date with the latest content. A bit of a sneak peek about the following video. I'll be talking about EOS and some price predictions, a little bit of its past, where it's at now and what's going to happen, in my opinion, of course. Again, if you like this video, I forgot to mention as well, share it with anyone who you believe will also benefit from this information. If you want to comment and say g'day or just leave some feedback, more than happy to hear from you. Thanks again for tuning in. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, afternoon or evening. And now it's a weekend. I guess some people still Sunday. Enjoy, and I will speak to you soon. See ya.